Shulk!
Dixon! Why?
Oi, old man! Are you completely out of your mind?
Don't you kids ever shut up. I'm just doing my job, as always. Right?
Who are you?
It's you.
Yes. Now you remember. It's been a long time, hasn't it, Eggle? Too long. Huh?
Zanza's disciple.
Zanza's disciple? Eggle, what do you mean? Dixon, what are you?
I don't have to explain anything. As they say, seeing is believing. Now, witness it with your own eyes. The moment of Lord Zanza's return.
Shulk! Get away from him! No! Ah!
Zanza! I won't let you do this! Shulk! Wait, who's this guy? Zanza.
Do not be surprised. Everything in this world is dictated by the passage of fate. As all that exists is interconnected, time can flow only towards the inevitable. That is the vision of which I, the Monado, am the origin. That which will be, will be. This was all predestined. Ever since I came to reside within Shulk.
What do you mean? Zanza grew tired from our battle. And then the High Entia ancestors trapped him. His flesh was sealed away on Prison Island. His soul, and hence the Monado, was confined to Osse Tower.
In those ruins? But what does this have to do with Shulk?
Did you forget? Who discovered those ruins? Who happened to be there? Who was the survivor we found? And who brought back that survivor?
What are you saying? You planned all this when you found Shulk?
Jackpot. It was all for this day. In fact, there was never anyone called Shulk to begin with.
What?
My soul existed inside the Monado. It was fated that I be released. It was shown to me in a vision. At last the time finally came, and then...
The people who found the Monado and freed it awoke Zanza. He sucked the lives from them, so he could live. Shulk was among them.
Shulk was already dead! That's impossible! We grew up together!
You grew up with an empty shell. He appeared to live because I became his life force. That is until he had matured as my new vessel and become worthy of wielding the Monado, allowing me to truly awaken and finally return.
Lord Zanza is the soul of the Bionis, but he still needs a living body. Just like Mayneth over there. Ha! Call that corpse a friend? Don't make me laugh.
But why use Shulk? What was it that made you select Shulk as your vessel?
There was no particular reason. Shulk merely happened to be there at the time.
There you have it. Anybody would have done. As long as they could swing a sword around, at least.
So then, Shulk's ability to use the Monado...
And those visions that he used to save us.
All because of Lord Zanza. Lord Zanza can see the passage of fate. He simply led you to the inevitable. The destruction of Colony 9. The death of that pompous old high-entier fool. And that grunt Gaddo's miserable demise. All of it.
You evil...
Yeah! There's more. We haven't even got to the best part.
What are you gonna do, Dixon?
Don't you get it? You're just in the way. The lot of you. This world was created by Lord Zanza. By the very Bionis itself. Then you things think you can just spring up all over the place.
All life that is born from me must be returned to me eventually to complete the cycle. For me to continue my existence as before, then all must be restored to its former order.
In other words, the destruction and recreation of the world. Nothing more to it.
First, we must eliminate my greatest obstacle. You, Monolith, the Mechonis!
Bionis!
Bionis moves!
I've been waiting. Waiting for this day. Zanza!
Brother! Stop! You're too weak!
I don't care. I will gladly sacrifice myself to eliminate Zanza. As long as he lives, there can be no peace for us, or for the people of Bionis.
Ha! Then you shall cease to exist. By the wrath of my blade!
It's... the Monado. I'll show you the meaning of wrath! What?
It's finished!
Why? Egil and Shul could put their differences aside!
Meaningless sentiment.
Zanza! Right, now!
Yeah!
How could you do this?
It is from me that all life is born. It lives only for me. And it shall be returned. So you have finally unleashed your Monado. And there was me thinking you would die with dignity.
I finally understand. The futures of our children belong to them alone. Though we are their creators, their lives are theirs to control. Even if the passage of fate is as you have decided, I will teach you the strength of their will to resist. Zanza, if you choose to deny the existence of every living being but yourself, then I choose to fight. To fight for them!
That's right. We won't let you erase everyone's futures.
This battle is mine, Maynard.
All right, we need to pause right here for a second. I literally need to pull out to the main screen of the Switch because I need to catch my breath. Holy moly. First of all, hello everyone, it is Tallara and welcome back to our Let's Play series of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. We just started Chapter 16 and as you can see, the first 10 minutes of Chapter 16 are absolutely breathtaking in so many ways. First of all, can we talk about the music that cuts in when Monolith and Zanza start to fight? That is one of the most epic tunes I've ever heard. I was absolutely giddy here in my seat watching it. Second of all, holy plot twists. We've experienced 40 hours of plot twists at this point, and somehow the twists keep getting twistier. That's right, Shulk was never alive to begin with. I'm mind blown right now. I thought the twist in the earlier chapter when Fiora was actually alive was the biggest twist in the game. No, this is the biggest twist in the game. This might be one of the biggest twists in JRPG history. Okay, the fact that the main character was never alive and was actually just a vessel for the soul of basically the big bad guy. It's pretty crazy. We're figuring everything out about Zanza now. Zanza isn't that giant we met. Zanza is a soul, similar to Monolith. It needs a body to inhabit, so it inhabited the body of that giant that we saw trapped on Prison Island. But that was just its physical body. The actual spirit of Zanza is inside the Monado itself. And that Monado was hidden away by the High Entia. We wondered why they had done that. It's because they realized the danger. It had been trapped for thousands of years. Dixon, Zanza's loyal disciple, was looking for it. Finally, he found it. The Monado sucked the life energy out of Shulk's family and expeditionary crew. It lived inside Shulk and was carefully waiting until this very day that it could come back in full force. Zanza has returned, and it wants to wipe out all life on Bionis and Mechonis. This is just... I'm speechless right now. This is so good. This is exactly what I want in a JRPG. Twists and turns, just epic story with an amazing backtrack. I can't say enough good things about Xenoblade Chronicles right now. Let's just get back into the game, shall we? That's enough of me praising the game. Let's get right back into it. Holy moly. All right, it is time for Monolith to fight Zanza. Monolith, of course, being inside Fiora's body. Crazy to think that somehow childhood friends and lovers, Shulk and Fiora, actually became the hosts for the two progenitor beings of the entire universe. Like, whoa. But here we go.
You're out of here. Double blade. Feel the weight of your existence. How's this?
Something wrong? Is this the height of your skill? You call yourself a god, and you talk of sharing this world with me! So that's why. The dead boy is important to you. The Homs are nothing but bacteria, clinging to my body.
They are living beings. If you cannot understand this, you have no right to call yourself a god.
And who decides that? A god? Because only a god may decide. This world only needs one god, Maynard. May you rot in that shell for all eternity!
Fiora!
Face me like a god! If not, Then say goodbye to your putrid friends!
Mayneth's true form has awakened. She's gonna take Zanza at his word and fight him like a god.
Such a fool.
This is what I wish. This world belongs to you all. Create a world with no need for gods.
She didn't fight him. She sacrificed herself to save them all. Now that's a god I'd want to follow. She had her own powerful weapon, her own Monado, if you will. Egil tries to grab it, but of course, Zanza has to ruin that too.
This is the passage of fate.
Zanza, disappear!
He's gone. And things ain't looking good for us.
Let it begin. The ceremony of destruction and recreation.
That light! What's happening now?
Brother!
Vanea. I'm sorry. I
understand. I always knew it might come to this.
Go, Vanea. Do what you must, while there is still time remaining. All hope is not lost.
No! You must come with me.
I, too, have something that I must do. The final wish, trusted to me by Lady Mayneth.
Oh, brother. Melia?
I understand your feelings. Leave it to us. We know what we must do. We will do all we can for the people of Mechonis.
Now go. Shulk can still be saved. Do not let the last glimmer of hope be extinguished.
Egil. Go in peace.
Let's go. We're leaving the Mechonis. Ryan, take care of Shulk.
Got it.
You okay?
Yes.
Good. It still works. The whole place is gonna blow. We must return to Junks via the central factory.
Let's go!
Dun, what about Egil?
He'll fight Zanza to the very end. But we have our part of the bargain. Once he's gone, we're the only ones left. Let's move, everyone!
Goodbye, my brother.
Now that Shulk's gone, Dunban has stepped up as the leader of this party. Lady Mayneth is also gone, and suddenly the stakes are even higher. I feel like we couldn't even imagine how the stakes would get higher before, but they have. We are no longer fighting for the peoples of Bionis. We are no longer fighting for both of the Titans. We are fighting for every living being in the entire universe. right here is maybe one of the most epic scenes in the entire game. Look at this. The Mechonis has literally been beheaded. We stand atop its empty stump. Sorry for the graphic description. And you can just see the Bionis looking very menacing for the first time. Normally we look over at that Titan and we see home. Right now we see an enemy, and look at its sword. Holy moly. Chapter 16 of Xenoblade Chronicles might be one of the best JRPG chapters of all time. I am just on the edge of my seat here. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. After such a long journey, the fact that it's all coming down to the fate of the universe itself, well, that's very JRPG. That's normally how things go, right? There's always the joke where the first quest of a JRPG is to rescue a missing cat, and the last quest is to fight God. I mean, this game follows those typical tropes, but it is just incredibly epic. So, now, obviously, we need to get the heck out of the Mechonis before it is completely destroyed. Our only hope is to retreat back to Junks. What we do from there, I don't know, but we gotta take it one step at a time. Alright, so we've gotta navigate here through the core. It says Shulk has managed to hold on to his life, but now the party has to find a way out of the Mechonis. They need to escape through the central factory to the ventilation conduit. And that's exactly what we're gonna try to do with this very epic music spurring us forward. I'm not sure who is carrying Shulk right now. Someone put him in their pocket, I guess, because he is not visible. But good to know that he's somehow clinging on to life, even though he was first of all shot, and then second of all had his very spirit leave his body. Somehow he's clinging on to some semblance of life, so that gives us enough motivation to get out of here as fast as we possibly can. And there's Junks. It was still parked here waiting for us as our perfect escape vehicle. Ryan and Dunban, are you guys keeping up back there? We gotta move. Almost there. Hope you guys kept the engines running. We have got to move. Alright, go, 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 go! Looks like it's all over. Yep, I know, even though I wasn't there. I want to thank you for what you did for my son, but we have to escape here first. Shall we go back to the village? Yes, please.
Stubborn mortals. So desperate to cling to your pathetic lives, even when there is no hope for you! Don't you ever give up!
Never. But hear this, Zanza. They will judge me not in life, but death. For both our worlds, you must succeed. Lady Mayneth.
The Mechonis! Egil!
Look starboard! What's that cloud?
It's Talethia!
You're not getting away!
Dixon!
Listen, it's over. Time for you all to return to the Bionis. Nice and quietly.
That's enough! Why, Dixon? What made you like this? Shulk looked up to you, respected you!
Dixon! Don't let Zanza control you! Wake up!
You can quit your belly aching. I'm in total control. I've always been like this. Ever since long before any of you lot were born.
Before we were born?
Now you get it. It's just like Egil said. I'm Lord Zanza's disciple. Dixon of the Trinity!
Well, time for another epic battle aboard the Junk's deck, surrounded by Talethia. We now get to try to kick some sense into this traitor, I hope. First, we gotta deal with his Talethia minion. Guys, that last scene with the Bionis and the Mechonis fighting and the Mechonis falling was so powerful. At baseline, there's something really cool about two giant titans battling, but the thought that one world just got destroyed is something you can't even really comprehend, you know? 50% of life, of land mass, as all of our party knows it, has just been destroyed in the blink of an eye. It is insane. Like I said, the stakes are just getting higher and higher. We're no longer fighting for one people, one group of people, one world. We're fighting for the entire universe at this point, and it's a little scary. What's also scary is that since I can no longer control Shulk, as he's a little out of commission right now, I am forced to learn how to play a different character at a moment when that's not really easy to do.
You waste of space. Not so tough without Shulk, eh? Stupid beast. You should be grateful. Not everyone has a war buddy like me to lead them along. Tasted good, didn't they? The victory drinks we used to share.
I'll kill you!
What? Who was that? Show yourself!
Melia, are you all right?
Brother!
Callian!
Talk about
Dixon!
perfect timing.
He works for the Bionis. He shot Shulk in the back. Is this true? Dixon? This ends here. Your Talethia are no match for our Havres squadron. You cannot win!
Maybe you should be concentrating on your own people instead of barking at me. Looks like you've forgotten your destiny. Right, Lorithia?
Lorithia! Are you involved in this as well?
Your Highness, your naivety is quite charming, but it is also your undoing. I had much fun playing with you and your father.
Of course the evil stepmother had another trick up her sleeve. She has just been pure evil from the very start. She had no illusions of even being an ally.
The Bionis can be destroyed and reborn. What do you get if you cross high concentrations of ether with high entia?
No, you wouldn't! Lorithia!
Awaken, my darling pets! Talithia!
Brother!
Melia!
Lorithia! Let him go!
You misunderstand, child. This is the reason why High Entia are born. Do not blame poor old me.
Explain yourself!
It's just like she says. The High Entia are a race created by Lord Zanza to eliminate any annoying life forms in the preparation for the rebirth of the Bionis. Their bodies contain a gene that, when the time comes, transforms them into Talithia.
It can't be. Say it isn't so.
Melia, it is true. That is why you are our only hope.
Brother?
Whatever. We won't be needing a half-breed like you anyway. I mean, if you don't turn into a Talithia, it just means you're gonna get crushed by one. That's the only thing you're good for. Rise up, pets. Do my bidding. Kill your lovely sister.
Just hold on! I'll find a way to save you!
Melia! So sorry. I always placed such a heavy burden on you.
Don't say such things, brother!
But at least I can still shoulder the destiny of our people. The burden meant for you
Brings a tear to my eye.
These moments are to be treasured.
How? Melia! Father's wish and the future of the High Entia are in your hands. Yours and Shulk's.
Talithia! Destroy him! Dixon!
I got it.
Too late!
Damn him!
That was a sad yet epic way for one of the best characters in the entire game, Prince Callian, to go out. Wow. Chapter 16 is basically just a big movie. As you can see, the chapter's over already, and we are going to be heading into the final chapter now, chapter 17. A lot just happened. I think we have a lot to unpack. That last bit in particular sheds a whole lot of light on the High Entia as a whole and answers some of the questions that we had. The High Entia were created as Zanza's servants, and clearly they realized this at some point in the past because they were the ones responsible for trapping Zanza's physical body on Prison Island and hiding his spirit away in Anze Tower. As well, we always wondered, why did the High Entia have this practice of mating with Homs? That's why, because they knew at some point their entire race could be turned into Talithia. So really, the High Entia have been preparing for this moment as best they could for thousands of years. So that explains a lot of the backstory behind their race. But there you have it, Chapter 16 of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. It's a short chapter. It's basically just 2 quick battles and a whole lot of cutscene. but it sets us up for an epic finale. Chapter 17 will be a lot longer. Chapter 17, if I remember correctly, is probably the longest chapter in the entire game. So we've still got lots of game left to come. For now, though, I will leave you guys on that cliffhanger, and I can't wait to return next time as we get started with the grand finale of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Obviously, lots of questions remain unanswered, and most importantly, we need to figure out a way to save this world. In terms of plot twists, don't you worry, the biggest one is yet to come. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys back here again soon.